Imagine two brothers, born in the same cramped apartment in the same fading town, to the same exhausted parents. Same school, same streets, same chaos. One ends up drifting from one dead-end job to another, bitter, convinced the world is rigged against him. The other becomes a stable business owner, a pillar in his community. The guy who gives second chances to kids who remind him of his younger self. Same family, same hand of fate. So why did their destinies split so dramatically? In a world obsessed with talent, luck, and now artificial intelligence, we dream missing the one thing that quietly decides everything: your character, the way you choose to respond to what life throws at you. In this video, I want to share the core idea behind my book, The Humanity Code. Why your character is the ultimate edge in the age of AI, and why your future, in this new era, will be written less by algorithms, and more by the person you're becoming. If that kind of conversation is your thing, take a moment now to subscribe to the Awakening channel and hit the notification bell, because we're going to keep exploring how to stay truly human and powerful in the age of AI. Now, let's start with that first brutal truth: the hand you're dealt, and the hand you play. Before you made a single decision in your life, a world of decisions had already been made for you. You didn't choose your genetics, you didn't choose your parents, your childhood neighborhood, or the historical moment you were born into. That's the hand you're dealt. It's your genetic lottery, your temperament, health predispositions, natural strengths and weaknesses. It's the cradle of circumstance, your family's stability, your early nutrition, the quality of your schooling. It's the accident of geography and history, whether you grew up in peace or war, prosperity or crisis, in an era that opened doors to you or slammed them shut. And then there's the unpredictable tide of luck, random tragedies and miracles that none of us can control. These factors shape the slope of the mountain you have to climb. Ignoring them is naive. Pretending they're everything is a prison. The brother who gave up built his life around the if only story. If only I'd had richer parents. If only the system wasn't rigged. If only I'd had his talent. There's pain in that story and there's truth. But when that story becomes your identity, your life stops moving. The other brother looked at the exact same moment, like when they were caught by the police for wrongdoing in the same cold police station, and said, "This is not the path I want. I did this. Now I'm going to fix it." That shift from if only to what now is the beginning of character. It's where the humanity code begins. So if you can't control the hand you're dealt, what's left? A lot more than we think. You control your attitude. Whether you meet the world with curiosity or cynicism, gratitude or resentment, you control your interpretation, the story you tell yourself about what events mean. Is a rejection proof you're a failure or a redirection to something better? You control your focus, what you dwell on, the problem, or the next tiny step you can actually take. You control your effort and discipline, the hours you put in when nobody's watching. You control your conduct, how you treat people when there's nothing to gain, and how you behave when there's no audience. You control your associations, who you allow to shape your mindset, people who drain you or people who demand your best. In the Humanity Code, I call this the hand you play, the domain of choice. It's what lives in that tiny space Viktor Frankl talked about between stimulus and response, where our ultimate freedom sits. The brother who turned his life around didn't get a new childhood. He used the arrest as a pivot point, leaning into responsibility, showing up early for community service, asking questions, turning humiliation into education. That's not luck, that's character. That's code you can deliberately rewrite. Right now, a lot of us are quietly asking the same question. In a world of automation, algorithms, and AI that can do more and more, what's left for me? The Humanity Code argues that we're looking in the wrong place. AI is an incredible tool. It can process data faster than any human, generate content, optimize systems. But there are things it fundamentally cannot do. It cannot choose courage over comfort when the stakes are high. It cannot hold itself accountable when it's tempted to cut ethical corners. It cannot decide to grow from failure rather than hide from it. It cannot love your child, show up for your friend in crisis, or see a person behind a data point. In the book, I talk about pillars of character: self-awareness, integrity, curiosity, resilience, responsibility, that act like an inner architecture, a kind of moral operating system. Think of the engineer whose Mars mission explodes in failure, and who chooses to treat the wreckage as the most expensive dataset WYSIWYG ever bought, and then builds Odyssey 2. The entrepreneur who walks away from a life-changing buyout because it would mean lying to her customers about what yes in the product. The community that refuses to die when its main employer shuts down and instead chooses radical responsibility, buying the business, reinventing it, and saving itself. These are not people with perfect circumstances. They're people who've trained their inner code, resilience, grit, integrity, agency, so that when life throws them into the fire, they become forged, not broken. In an AI-driven world where specific skills can become obsolete overnight, that kind of character is the one thing that compounds in value. It makes you the person others trust, follow, and build with, and in a hyper-connected age, trust is the true currency. Here's the part I care about most. This isn't meant to stay as theory. The Humanity Code is a guidebook for building your character, not just admiring it from a distance. Inside, I walk you through practical tools like how to conduct a character audit, a brutally honest look at where your actions done to yet match your values, how to build virtue muscles the same way you train at the gym, through small daily reps, how to navigate crises using a kind of internal protocol, so you can turn "this is the end" moments into "this is the turning point" moments, and how to consciously decide who you are re-becoming in an age where technology is accelerating everything, including your mistakes. If you've ever felt like, I started behind, so I guess I'll never catch up. I've made too many bad choices already. Or AI is moving too fast. I'm afraid I'll be left behind. Then this book is my way of saying, you are not powerless. You're not just the sum of your circumstances or your tools. You're the architect of your destiny. And your character is the code you write it with. If this conversation has stirred something in you, if you're ready to treat your character as your greatest asset in the age of AI, then I wrote the Humanity Code for you. You can grab your copy by clicking the link in the description below. It will take you deeper into the stories, the frameworks, and the practical exercises we could only skim in this video. If you haven't already, remember to subscribe to the Awakening channel for more content on how to stay truly human and truly powerful in a world that's changing faster than ever. Thank you for spending this time with me. Remember, the hand you're dealt is the question the universe asks of you. Your character is your answer.